What happens if you put pool water under a microscope? Many people love swimming on hot summer days, but they rarely wonder what could actually be floating around in that clear water. So this guy decided to find out. He collected a small drop of pool water and carefully placed it onto a clean glass slide under the microscope. After setting everything up, he finally took a closer look and was shocked by what he saw.
But first, if you're on the side of the angels, make sure to like the video and subscribe. And if not, then maybe you're cheering for the demons. Share this video to show your support for the angels and leave a heart in the comments if you're Team Angels.
Back to the video. When he finally looked at the pool water under the microscope, this is what he saw.
This. While talking on the phone, this girl suddenly lost her balance and fell into the water. The moment she hit the water, she became terrified because she didn't know how to swim at all. In panic, she started waving her arms and kicking her legs as she struggled to stay afloat. Then the trainer noticed what had happened and looked at the sea lion nearby. He immediately pointed toward the girl and gave the command to rescue her. As soon as it received the signal, the sea lion jumped into the water without wasting a second. I'll show you what happened next. But first, if you think this cat is cute and adorable, make sure to like and subscribe. Just look at this poor little cat. He's sad because he feels like nobody loves him. If you love this cat, leave a heart in the comments and share this video so more people can show him some love. Now back to the video. The sea lion let the girl hold onto its back and safely brought her out of the water. Ever wondered what happens if you step into quicksand? Most people think they'll sink right away, but that's not actually how it works. Quicksand is a mix of sand and water that can trap your legs and make it incredibly hard to move. The more you struggle, the more stuck you can become. This guy decided to test it himself because he thought escaping would be easy, but he was completely wrong. Within seconds, his legs were trapped, and every attempt to pull them out only made things worse. He even called his friend to help him, but then something unexpected happened. I'll show you in just a moment, but first, if you think this cat is cute and adorable, make sure to like and subscribe. Just look at this poor little cat. He's sad because he feels like nobody loves him. If you love this cat, leave a heart in the comments and share this video so more people can show him some love. Now back to the experiment. His friend couldn't get him out, so he kept struggling until he finally managed to pull himself free.
Look at this guy whose hair has been completely waterproof since he was a kid. Whenever he dives underwater and comes back out, everyone expects his hair to be soaking wet, but somehow he can dry it off in just 1 second. When another guy saw the video, he couldn't believe it, so he decided to try the same thing himself. The second he dove underwater and came back up, something crazy happened to his hair. But before you see it, if you think my puppy is cute, make sure to like and subscribe. Just look at this poor puppy. It has been hungry for many days, but no one helps it because everyone ignores it. If you're a kind person, please like and subscribe for this little puppy. And don't forget to leave a heart in the comments. Now watch this. He looked at his hair and realized it was actually completely
Pop
water.
this bubble on your car because it could cost you $3,000. Most people's first instinct is to just push it flat, but that can permanently damage the wrap. Extreme heat causes the vinyl to lift, trapping air underneath. If you force it down, you can stretch the vinyl and leave an ugly crease. So how do the pros actually fix it? Hit like and a wheel will pop up. They use a tiny needle to carefully release the trapped air without damaging the surrounding
hornet
vinyl.
enters the hive. Hundreds of bees suddenly swarm until the hornet is covered in layers of bees. Then they start to buzz, vibrating their wing muscles while holding on tightly. This movement quickly generates heat, raising the hornet's body temperature to 115 degrees. Within minutes, it overheats, while choking on the stale air until it's cooked alive in a blanket of bees. When the ant finds food, it oozes out chemicals through its abdomen, leaving a trail that tells the other ones where to go. And after the other ants ate, they would add their own chemicals on their way back, which would strengthen the scent, attracting more ants. Now, if the leader ant accidentally circled back to the middle of the trail, the other ants would start joining, reinforcing the circle while the original path slowly disappeared. And with no exit, they would march for hours until every single one died from exhaustion.
Look at this man. Insisted on pressing himself against his grandpa's car during the car wash because he wanted to see if his body would leave a mark after the whole wash. His grandpa kept telling him not to do it, but he wouldn't listen. Then the car wash covered the entire car in thick white foam. When the man finally stepped away, something unbelievable happened. I'll show you in a second. But first, if you thought my little kitten was cute, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Look at her. This little kitten is sad because she thinks no one loves her. If you want to give her a little love, leave a red heart in the comments. Now check this out. The outline of his entire body was perfectly visible on the
Wondered
phone.
why the letter E isn't used for grades? Teachers use A, B, C, D, and F, but they skip E. Why is that? I'll show you. But first, if you're on the side of the angels, make sure to like the video and subscribe. And if not, then maybe you're cheering for the demon. Share this video to show your support for the angels and leave a heart in the comments if you're Team Angel. Well, the answer is actually pretty interesting. You see, some schools did use E in the past, but it was eventually dropped because it could be confused with excellent. The letter F became more common because it clearly meant failed, making the grading system easier to understand. So, the next time you get an F, remember, there's a reason E
This
is
girl was playing football along the beach when she noticed a huge sandcastle nearby. Without hesitation, she sprinted straight toward it and destroyed it for fun. To her, it seemed completely harmless, but she never imagined what that castle truly meant. A young boy had spent hours carefully building it as a birthday surprise for his mother. For a moment, it seemed like he was about to cry, but rather than giving up, he began rebuilding everything from scratch, piece by piece, handful by handful. At first, he feared it would never become as beautiful as before. Still, he continued, carefully shaping the towers and repairing every wall with incredible patience. And when he finally finished, even he couldn't believe what he saw. I'll reveal it in a second. But before that, if you love money more than your mom, ignore this video. But if you love your mom more than money, hit like, subscribe, share this video, and leave a comment if you truly love your mom. Now look at this. The castle he rebuilt turned out absolutely incredible.
Another kid fat at school, and when his mother found out, she handed him a plate and told him to throw it on the floor. It shattered into pieces. Then she gave him glue and told him to fix it. And after a while, the plate almost looked normal again, but his mother told him to apologize to it. The boy looked confused, but he did it anyway. Then she pointed at the plate. The apology didn't remove the cracks, it didn't replace the missing pieces, and it didn't make the plate what it was before. You see, when words hurt people, it can break them. And even if you apologize, some of
Pretty
those
big YouTuber with 200,000 subscribers, and I want to help all you small creators watching this. My videos get anywhere from 50,000 to 15 million views, and I've noticed that everyone who uses my sounds get tons of views as well. I was a small creator once too, and I know how it feels to see that video you worked so hard on still stuck at 67 views the next day. So that's why I'm making this video, because I genuinely want you guys to get your first 100,000 views by using this sound. You can even mute the original audio and just use your own video audio, but if you never try it, you might miss out on your viral opportunity.
wondered what would happen if your stomach was completely removed? Most people think you'd still eat normally, but that's not exactly true. So, what happens when you live without a stomach? I'll show you. But first, if you're on the side of the angels, make sure to like the video and subscribe. And if not, then maybe you're cheering for the demon. Share this video to show your support for the angels, and leave a heart in the comments if you're Team Angel. Without a stomach, food passes into your intestines much faster, making it harder to eat large meals and absorb nutrients properly. That's why people without a stomach usually need smaller meals throughout the day and may experience weight loss or weak with your phone charging under your pillow. Most people think it's harmless because they're asleep and not using it, but it can actually become dangerous. So, what really happens? I'll show you. But first, if you're on the side of the angels, make sure to like the video and subscribe. And if not, then maybe you're cheering for the demon. Share this video to show your support for the angels, and leave a heart in the comments if you're Team Angel. When your phone charges, it naturally produces heat. A pillow or blanket can trap that heat, causing the battery to overheat and, in rare cases, potentially start a fire. So always charge your phone on a hard, open surface, especially while you're...
Shove the octopus into the turkey and bake them together, the octopus would burn before the turkey was cooked. Instead, pack the bird in a cooler with oranges and rosemary. Add garlic, fish sauce, and a handful of MSG. Then cover the whole thing in ice and salt water. After 2 days, rinse and dry it. Next, shove bricks of butter under its skin before rubbing it in spices. While it's cooking, simmer the octopus for an hour. Once the bird reaches 165, take it out and stuff the octopus inside. Then bake the whole thing on high for 12 minutes and enjoy your perfectly crispy Turkraken. She gave birth in her car outside of a gas station, but the baby wasn't crying. It was blue. The umbilical cord was wrapped tightly around its neck. That's when a homeless man nearby saw what was happening and ran over to help. She had called 911 and he followed the dispatcher's instructions exactly. With shaking hands, he unwrapped the cord from the baby's neck.
But first, who is your protector? If it's Jesus, like and subscribe immediately. And if the darkness is your protector, just ignore. Share this video so people know who protects you, and leave a heart emoji for him. Look.
And moments later, the baby started breathing. An ambulance rushed them to the hospital. The mother and baby were safe. But when they came back to thank him, he was nowhere to be found. Kangaroo is smaller than your thumb. It's blind, it's hairless, and its back legs barely work. But the second it lands on its mother's fur, it has to start climbing. The mother doesn't help it in the pouch. The joey has to crawl there completely on its own. This would be like a human baby climbing an entire building floor. Now, if it makes it, it latches on to a nipple, which swells inside its mouth, locking the joey in place for months.
But first, who is your protector? If it's Jesus, like and subscribe immediately. And if the darkness is your protector, just ignore. Share this video so people know who protects you, and leave a heart emoji for him. Look.
And even after it finally lets go, it'll sometimes hop out to explore. But whenever it needs milk or safety, it climbs right back in. If you tried to pole vault over the Empire State Building, you would fly up about 20 feet before smashing into it. Now, if you dug a giant slot in front and ran faster than a race car while hugging a pole that's almost 2,000 feet long and 4 feet thick, you could plant it into the slot, and the pole would snap back, sending you flying at hundreds of feet per second as you clear the top.
But first, who is your protector? If it's Jesus, like and subscribe immediately. And if the darkness is your protector, just ignore. Share this video so people know who protects you, and leave a heart emoji for him. Look.
To survive, you would need a foam mat the size of a large building. But even then, the force would be so great, you would probably faint before
This is why some nurses don't wear normal shoes. If a syringe falls, it could go straight through regular shoes and injure their foot. That's why some healthcare workers wear needle-resistant shoes. They help protect their feet from accidental needle injuries. But don't worry, syringes only fall on people who don't like and subscribe.
Bake one cake for a dozen people, but then suddenly 32 guests show up. Now, if you cut normal slices, they end up paper thin and delicate. So instead, start by cutting the cake into 8 equal wedges. Then cut a diamond shape into each wedge, turning each one into 3 pieces, giving you 24 in total. But if you cut each center diamond in half one more time, you create 8 extra pieces from the middle, which is 32 slices for 32 guests.
Do you think that all the babies you see in movies are real? Well, they are not. Most times, filmmakers use special dolls that look exactly like real babies. Artists work for many weeks to make them look perfect. They add tiny detail like makeups, little veins on skin, and even individual eyelashes. Everything is made to trick your brain into thinking the doll is a real baby, and when they are done, the final result looks truly surprising. I'll show you, but first, if you think my cat is super cute, give this video a like and subscribe. Now my other kitty just came over to see who has liked and subscribed. If you still haven't done it, be careful because it will keep staring at you until you do. So go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe and leave your favorite emoji in the comments so this angry kitty can be happy again.
If you walk into a classroom, don't just choose a seat randomly. Most students think sitting in the back is the smartest move, but that's where distractions hit hardest, and you can barely see what's written on the board. Others pick the very front row, but then the teacher notices every move you make. So where should you actually sit? I'll tell you. But first, if you're on the side of the angels, make sure to like this video and subscribe. If not, then you must be rooting for the demons. Share this video to prove you're Team Angel and drop a heart in the comments. The smartest spot is somewhere in the middle rows, near the center of the classroom. So how many times did I say
Couldn't
classroom?
stand her husband anymore, so she took a gun and shot him 6 times in the chest. But during the autopsy, the police learned that the man had actually had a heart attack moments earlier, meaning he died before she even shot him. Because he was already dead, could she still be charged with murder? Now, this is actually a common question on the bar exam, and the answer is that you can't kill someone who's already dead. But she still tried to kill him, so she would be charged with attempted murder.
Use a toothpick to remove food stuck between your teeth. You might want to stop and think first. It seems like a quick and easy solution, but it can irritate your gums. Toothpicks can scrape your gums, which cause bleeding and even leave tiny splinters behind. In some cases, they can push the food even deeper instead of pulling it out. So what's the better option? I'll explain. But first, if you're on the side of the angels, make sure to like the video and subscribe. And if not, then maybe you're cheering for the demons. Share this video to show your support for the angels and leave a heart in the comments if you're Team Angel. Instead, use dental floss. It is designed to slide gently gently between your teeth, helping remove trapped food and plaque while being much less likely to injure your gums when used correctly. But how many times did I say...
Spin a magnet under a cast iron pan, it'll push tiny currents through the metal. And as those currents move, the pan resists them. That resistance turns the energy into heat. So engineers took this idea, but instead of physically spinning a magnet, they used a metal coil under the glass. When electricity runs through the coil, it flips back and forth more than 20,000 times per second, similar to the spinning magnet. And when you place a metal pan on top, it'll push those tiny currents through the metal. The pan resists them, which heats it up. 2 slices of bread on the ground in Spain. At the exact same time, a man in New Zealand did the same thing. But these guys weren't feeding birds. They had actually found 2 spots on opposite sides of the planet, then coordinated the exact moment. So one slice of bread was on top of the earth, and the other was directly underneath it. Meaning for one brief moment, our Earth was a sandwich.
This man and his daughter were flying on an airplane for the very first time when they made a scary mistake. They unknowingly got on a flight that no one had ever made it out of alive. As soon as the plane took off, it started shaking really hard, which made them both worried. So the dad decided to go check and see what was wrong. But when he opened the cockpit door, what he saw left him completely shocked. I'll show you, but first, if you think my cat is super cute, give this video a like and subscribe. Now my other kitty just came over to see who has liked and subscribed. If you still haven't done it, be careful because it will keep staring at you until you do. So go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe and leave your favorite emoji in the comments so this angry kitty can be happy again. Look, it turned out that the plane was being driven by a security guard who had never flown a plane
Glass
before.
eye suddenly imploded as she started crying blood. You see, when the glass eye was created, it was hollow in the center, and as it cooled, the trapped air shrank, leaving a low-pressure space inside. Now, some think a change in temperature suddenly shifted the air pressure, causing it to implode. This sucked glass back into the prosthetic eyeball, along with tissue from the eye socket, trapping the glass eye with suction until doctors pried it out. And this happened to over a dozen patients until they finally switched to acrylic.
You ever notice those tiny black dots around car windows? Most people think they're just there for decoration, but they actually serve an important purpose. So, what are they really doing? I'll show you. But first, if you're on the side of the angels, make sure to like the video and subscribe. And if not, then maybe you're cheering for the demon. Share this video to show your support for the angels, and leave a heart in the comments if you're Team Angel. Those black dots are called a frit. They help the glass bond securely to the car and spread heat more evenly during manufacturing, reducing stress on the glass. They also create a smooth transition from the black edge to the clear glass. So those tiny dots aren't just decoration. They actually help protect your car's windows. Ever wondered how dogs actually drink water? It looks simple, but they don't drink the way humans do. So how do they do it? I'll show you. But first, if you believe Batman is your hero, make sure to like the video and subscribe. If not, then you believe your hero is Chucky. Share this video to show your love for Batman and leave a heart for him. Dogs can't seal their cheeks like humans, so they can't simply suck up water. Instead, they quickly slap their tongue into the water, curl it backward, and pull it up to create a small column of water. They then close their jaws around it and swallow. So the next time your dog drinks, watch closely. It's basically catching. If you ever get attacked by a swarm of bees, don't jump into water. Most people think it will save them, but it can make things worse. Bees may wait above the surface and sting you again when you come up for air. So what should you actually do? I'll tell you. But if you never want to get stung by bees, hit like, subscribe, and share. First, cover your face with your shirt to protect your eyes and mouth. Then, run as fast as you can in a straight line and head for shelter, like a car or building. Once you're safely inside, remove any stingers as quickly as possible to help stop more venom from entering your body. So, how many times did I say bees?
Decided to prank his dad while he was taking a shower. He had no idea that his son was making fun of him. His father got angry because the shampoo wouldn't stop foaming on his hair. At this point, he was thinking, what kind of shampoo is this? And what this father did next will shock everyone. But before that, if your father is an evil person, please ignore this video. But if your father is a very good person, hit like and tap subscribe, and leave a heart emoji for dad.
Keep holding your pee because you're busy. Stop doing it before your body forces you to. Most people ignore the urge at school, work, or just out of laziness. But holding it too long is far more dangerous than it seems. So what actually happens inside your body? I'll explain. But first, if you don't want to end up embarrassing yourself in public, hit like, subscribe, and share this fast. Your bladder stretches like a balloon as it fills with urine, but if you keep holding it, pressure builds and strains your bladder muscles. Over time, this can weaken bladder control. In severe cases, the bladder can tear, causing dangerous internal infection. So, how many times did I say...
Ever wondered how this trick is done? It's one of those things where you know he can't actually be making the salt disappear, but it's still confusing to look at. Well, it turns out that the simplest explanation is the right one. Look closely at his hand during this shot. Do you notice how he sort of grabs his thumb here? Well, this is because he's using a prop called a Dofi finger. He holds it in his fist like a cup, fills it up with the salt, gets it onto his other thumb, and then grabs it off his thumb back into the first position. Watch it again and see if you can notice.